Hi, welcome to another episode of Just Saying with. Today, we're with Faith Lim, the Deputy Director of Marketing from Cyber Youth Singapore, to join us and to tell us a little bit about, what are the resources or the lack of resources that youth have today.
Hi there. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here today.
No worries. And, I understand you're actually having classes right now. So thank you for joining us, um, you know, um, well, when you're so busy. So, Faith, tell us a little bit about yourself. I think more importantly as well, tell us a little bit about Cyber Youth Singapore.
Okay, no problem. Currently I'm a freshman student at Singapore University of Technology and Design, and I'm looking to finish my bachelor's in engineering for computer science and design. I'm also the founder of Faio Creatives with my partner. And Faio Creatives is a startup boutique digital agency that provides digital marketing and web services to SMEs. More importantly, I'm also the Deputy Director for Marketing under Cyber Youth Singapore's Communication Office. And Cyber Youth Singapore is a non-profit that is fully run by youths and is founded in 2019 and was awarded a charity status in 2021. So Cyber Youth mainly revolves around empowering youths in Singapore to discover their passion in technology while providing them with opportunities to be innovative in giving back to the community.
I think that's amazing. And you're definitely doing a lot more than I was when I was in school. Deputy Director at Cyber Youth Singapore. You're running a digital marketing agency as well, and you're studying. So, are you sure you have enough to do? I'm not sure. Maybe you're wasting a few more hours. I don't know.
No,
It's like,
it's okay.
yeah, it's like just so much on your plate. Okay, a question though: how do you define, or what age group are you looking at when you say youths? And yeah.
I think when it comes to Cyber Youth Singapore, usually we do our best to start early and target those that are already in secondary school. So from 13 all the way up until university students as well. So anyone who wants an opportunity, they are definitely going to be given a chance.
Hmm.
Mm.
And I mean, again, I'm just so amazed by the fact that you are doing so much. Um, how how is this? Well, it's not to say how is it possible. I mean, you're definitely an awesome person, but is it? What do you think? It's more accessible today in order for youths or for people to be able to get a lot more done. I mean, you founded your own agency. You're working as part of a non-profit as well, and you're studying. I think to juggle all these things, you need a lot of resources. I think. Well, there must be some kind of infrastructure in place. Is it something that you've set in place for yourself?
Firstly, thank you so much. I do try my best and everything. And, being a student trying to balance so many things is really not very easy. I think I can speak definitely for like for Cyber Youth Singapore, for example. So one of my roles in Cyber Youth Singapore is actually to manage the WordPress website together with Exabytes. This site is actually run on WordPress, and I think this makes it really very manageable for me, especially because WordPress is I'm sure everyone knows it's a CMS. This CMS is really um, it's really very professional. It's really very manageable. So what we do is we just click a few things and then we can immediately edit the page. No coding required. There are plugins for everything because for website to run, there's really a lot of things that has to be done. But using WordPress and having Exabytes help us out with this is really something that I'm really thankful for. If not, my workload would really be way more, it'll be so much worse.
Right. And for those that are listening, so WordPress is a content management platform. And well, I'm going to give away my age here, I guess. But the fact is, when I first started dabbling with web design, it was kind of like Hotmail was still a thing. And so we had GeoCities giving out free websites and URLs, and you needed to learn a little bit of how to code. use HTML, and well, we had Dreamweaver and Front Page. Yeah, so we didn't have things like WordPress around, and well, I totally agree with you. It is just so much easier to use. And is that what? So, uh, it's technology. So, would you say technology then is a driver to help you, well, get so many things done? Because I don't think, and I remember I had a small um, web design thing that I did on the side for my polymates and things like that, but nowhere near calling myself an entrepreneur. Um, how do you think technology has come into play, in a sense, to help you do as much as you do?
I think, well, there's actually so much to say about this, and this topic is really so broad. So I think I'll do my best to narrow it down to like a digital agency point of view. So I mean, this is a little bit of like a business secret in a sense, but many websites are actually like run on WordPress, and many SMEs do use WordPress to run their sites. The reason why this is so is because it really is a platform that is so much easier to learn, it's so much easier to use. And yeah, I would say definitely technology and the creation of this has definitely made things so much easier for entrepreneurs, because um especially for, like, imagine if you are a student and you have to commit to schoolwork, commit to this, commit to that. There's really no time for you to um do really is there's really no time for you to do everything sometimes. And when you use like a CMS, and like when you use technology, it makes it so much faster for you to get things done. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, and you also mentioned Exabytes just now. So, what role does Exabytes play, and how does Exabytes help you, well, to get things done?
Okay, so Exabytes works together with Cyber Youth Singapore on our current website. So what usually happens is that we provide the content, and Exabytes helps us. It's kind of like the bridge to help us put it on WordPress, or make sure that our site is the most optimized, make sure that everything is perfect, and we just really just give them the content, and like the general brand direction and design direction of where to go. So Exabytes has really been a really great help for Cyber Youth Singapore in terms of managing our website, and really just handling the more technical side of things that is run in Cyber Youth Singapore, in a sense.
Right.
Mhm.
And when you say, well, so of course, I guess your target audience are the youth. What do you think the youth look at when visiting a website? What's the important thing for them? Is it, I don't know, the aesthetics? Would it be the speed? Would it be the what comes first?
When it comes to how a website is viewed, like by users, I think, okay, the most important thing would definitely be user experience, user interface design. That's really a very big thing. And I think after that, it will be speed, because um, when you want a website to be viewed, the most important thing that you look at is how comfortable users are, how happy they are going through your site. Yeah, so that is definitely the most important thing in web design and development. And WordPress definitely helps with that. They have lots of plugins for speed optimization, lots of plugins for making sure that your site aesthetic is perfect. And on Cyber Youth Singapore's end as well, we do give design direction and some form of branding direction, but Exabytes has also given their inputs, and made sure that things were as user friendly as possible, and their staff is really helpful. And yeah, I can't emphasize enough how much of a help they have been, especially since I work very closely with them as, like, the deputy director. I'm in charge of the site in on Cyber Youth Singapore's end. So yeah. Mhm.
That's great to hear.
Mm.
So, one of the things is that about, um, well, so one of those things also is the availability of resources. Not everyone is maybe probably as comfortable or even knows that they can tap onto these opportunities and resources that you might have. So if I were, um, i- if I were well, young. And if I was someone in your target audience, what can I reach out to Cyber Youth Singapore and Exabyte? What kind of assistance, what kind of resources can I tap onto?
Okay, so as a as a youth entrepreneur myself, I think one thing that I really struggled in when I was starting my digital agency is searching for funds because like building a website, hosting it online is actually quite expensive and it does take up a lot of time, especially if you are coding it out and then you have to push it to hosting platforms, etc. And I think Exabytes does have services that are related to that. But more importantly, Cyber Youth Singapore and Exabytes do have an initiative that helps with this. So this initiative is called Digitalize Singapore. And this initiative works to provide web hosting and like virtual private servers and domain names to use so that they can execute their own projects. And um, uh, with this, right? So like Cyber Youth Singapore and Exabytes provides youth with resources to do the projects that they want to do. And I think this is such an important thing, especially when it comes to funding, because Digitalize Singapore actually gives, fully funds youths who want to start up their own projects. And yeah, as a student, we are we are really broke. So this is such an important thing for us. And I think that what Cyber Youth Singapore and Exabytes is doing with this initiative is really very important and very helpful. Hmm.
Well, I think the value of this partnership and collaboration cannot be understated. Well, not just for youths and students, myself,
Mm,
all of us. Hosting costs. Well, end of the day, overheads are overheads, and it doesn't matter your age. But even more so when you're younger and to get a head start, and you have, and it. Well, I wish I had an initiative like that when I was younger to help us launch because well your website is your portfolio, it's the ideal way to put your front foot or take the first steps into any given industry. Well, Faith, thank you very much for joining us today. And I think, well, if you're listening in and if you have friends that are youth, I think they should check out Cyber Youth Singapore and especially their collaboration with Exabytes for, what was it, Digitalize Singapore, Faith, am I right?
mm,
Yeah, for Digitalize Singapore, because, well, if there any opportunities to lower cost for yourself, regardless of age group. I think that's something all of us are interested in. Faith, thank you very much once again for taking time out for your very, very busy schedule
mm,
and wishing you all the best. Stay safe.
mm. All right, thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Thank you, Faith. Bye bye.
Thank you.